Thank you for joining me on Legislative Update. I'm your State Representative, Norm Johnson. Recently, the Washington State Supreme Court struck down a requirement for a two-thirds vote on the legislature to increase taxes. The two-thirds majority rule had been approved 5 separate times by voters in a series of initiatives over the past 20 years. The latest was in November, when 64% of the voters statewide approved Initiative 1185, including 70% of the folks in the 14th District. Last year, the two-thirds requirement was challenged by a coalition of House Democrats and education groups who had grown increasingly frustrated by the inability to raise revenue to address budget shortfalls. In Olympia, politicians who want to raise taxes avoid saying the T word, so they say raise revenue. Remember, T and R. But it really means they want to raise your taxes. I am concerned any tax increases in this fragile economy would damage the slim progress of economic recovery in our state. The court ruling has given a boost to Democrats in the House Transportation Committee who are seeking new transportation tax increases this year. I serve on that committee. The majority party has proposed and passed several bills that include transportation-related taxes, none of which I have supported. They have proposed to increase the gas tax by 10 cents a gallon, making Washington the highest in the nation for state gas taxes. Remember the motor vehicle excise tax, also known as the MVET, in which you could pay hundreds of dollars to purchase car tabs? Voters killed that tax in 1999 through passage of Initiative 695, which created the $30 car tabs. But now even that tax is now being resurrected. A measure passed from the House Transportation Committee, which I voted against, would allow the county councils in King, Pierce, and Snohomish to charge a motor vehicle excise tax of about $150 on a $10,000 vehicle. And they want to give transportation benefit districts councilmanic authority to impose an additional $40 vehicle fee without asking voters for approval. I am very concerned that this pushes taxpayers down a slippery slope if Snohomish, King, and Pierce counties are given the MVET taxing authority. It won't be long, folks, before other counties seek the same. With the additional $40 vehicle fee plus weight fees added in recent years to vehicles and then the MVET, we'd likely be back to the old days of paying hundreds of dollars for car tabs, and the $30 car tab will be ancient history. When it comes to our state transportation system, I say fix it before funding it. Before we ask voters for any new tax money, we need to make sure reforms are put into place in the state's transportation system. We have bridges with leaking pontoons, a faulty ferry that's listing, and money wasted because the Washington State Department of Transportation built a freeway ramp in the wrong place and had to tear it out. There is plenty of room for reform. Just because the state Supreme Court threw out the two-thirds requirement should not be an automatic license for the legislature to impose difficult and higher taxes on the struggling citizens of our state. Raising taxes would push our state's economy back into a tailspin and create larger, longer-term budget deficits as more unemployed people turn to the government for assistance. I welcome your comments on this or any other issue. Please call or email my office. You'll see the information on your screen. Thank you again for joining me on Legislative Update. I am your State Representative, Norm Johnson.